has 20 wins with just 4 losses. 10 of his wins coming by way of knockout. He weighed in at 8 stone, 11 pounds, and he enters the ring as the former British Super Bantamweight champion from Harrow, Patrick Mullings. Your officials for this contest, appointed by the Commonwealth Council, are your Commonwealth Boxing Council representative, Dr. Ozzy Ross. Your steward in charge is Leonard Nipper Reid, QPM. Your timekeeper on the bell is Mr. Michael McCann, and your referee, who will now give his final instructions, is Mr. Dave Harris of Tottenham.
So it's an interesting little hors d'oeuvre, this before the big main event here tonight. And if you're seeing a few empty seats around,
3 rounds to the Commonwealth Featherweight Championship.
Let me tell you that this place will be packed when Billy Schwer gets in the ring. They're all here, they're all backstage having a few drinks, including some unemployed guys who've walked all the way here from Luton, say it's taken him 4 days to get here. Meanwhile, in the ring, Patrick Mullings in the black trunks trying to resurrect his career here, moving up in weight. Commonwealth featherweight crown at stake against this Eric Odumase, who's only 21, co-managed by the great Azuma Nelson, and from Ghana. It's only his 7th fight. He's unbeaten so far. He could be anything, Glenn.
Yes, he could be, and I think that's the danger for Mullings. Mullings, whose career has just really gone to sleep and just needs a big win to ignite it again.
Only 2 of Odumase's 6 wins have come by knockout, though. Mullings, who's an erratic performer, truth to tell, can be a fast starter on occasions. Good body shots from him early on here. It's only 23 days since he lost a British Super Bantamweight title fight to Michael Aldis. He wanted to take this fight 7 days later, but the British Boxing Board of Control wouldn't allow that. They said it was too soon after a tough 12-rounder. Good decision, I think. This could be too soon. That's that possibility, isn't it, Glenn?
It could be. You know, you wonder about the decision of this from Mullings. If he's just resigned himself to getting a payday, you know, or whether, you know, he still has the ambition.
Will the move up to featherweight help or hinder him? Looks quite strong and chunky, doesn't he, Odumase, for the weight? Became the Ghanaian champion in only his 3rd fight. Mullings on his bike, but with good fast hands and doing some good work to the body in this opening round.
What he can't afford to do is just fall asleep in long lengths of the fight. Mullings, that's what he's done in a few of his last fights, and he needs to keep active and busy right through the rounds.
Good uppercut from Odumase. Chopping right hand too from him. Not too much of a reconnaissance mission from either of them here. And Mick Williamson, the cut man, working Patrick Mullings' corner tonight. He badly needs the win here, doesn't he? He can't afford too many more defeats now.
Well, I think his whole career really depends on it. I think he will just step into the journeyman league. If he's gonna do anything, he needs a win here and then to get confidence from that.
Round 2.
Not a bad start from Mullings in his debut up at featherweight, the 9-stone division. Black trunks. for the British boxers, very much on home ground here at Harrow, just down the road from Wembley Arena. He is a car salesman. If he was one of the cars on his own forecourt, it might say decent quality model, but engine misfiring of late and needing a new MOT certificate. Pressure from Odumase here.
Well, this is good pressure from Odumase, and remember, you know, he's a strong featherweight. You know, will that just tell the difference?
And with youth on his side as well. Mullings is 29, 8 years older.
Some good body punching from Mullings, but there's a couple of good right hands going in from Odumase.
Mullings concentrating mainly on the body. Maybe he's got a bit of intelligence about this fellow. Maybe not. Good right hand from Odumase. He looks strong. Mullings is staying with him so far.
But it's not like Mullings to box at a high pace. He likes to take rests, and he doesn't look the sort Odumase that's going to let Mullings rest that much.
Ghanaian has just stepped it up a bit in this second round. Mullings will be hoping he has no resemblance at all to his co-manager, Mr. Nelson.
He certainly will. If he's got a little bit of his gift, he'll be a pretty good fighter.
Well, Azuma was a lethal puncher, among many other things. The professor, they used to call him.
Right. But that's something that Odumase's record doesn't suggest he is. Just the 2 KO wins in 6 fights.
Good work rate from Mullings. Certainly couldn't question his performance so far, Mullings here. He's buzzing a bit. Can he keep it going? Welcome back to Wembley Arena. Good to see big-time boxing here. And if you've tuned in to see Billy Schwer's big fight tonight, don't worry, you've not missed it. It'll be coming up. At the moment, Commonwealth featherweight title action with Britain's Patrick Mullings up against Eric Odumase, the Ghanaian, who I think won that second round, Glenn.
Yeah, I think he did. He was busier. He had Mullings trapped on the ropes. I think the good thing about this is starting off to be a good fight. And Odumase looks the sort of person that's going to try and make Patrick Mullings fight for 3 minutes of a round, which he normally doesn't like to do.
Mullings in the black trunks, 20 wins, 4 defeats. One of them a classic against the sadly now retired Spencer Oliver. Was that really only 2.5 years ago? Seems so much more.
Right.
Looked a bit low, the body shot from Odumase.
Something looked to bother Mullings a little bit there. Just looked away and looked a little disturbed by something.
So there was a sort of grimace on his face momentarily, wasn't there?
Or maybe there was a body shot from Odumase which maybe just took something out of Mullings. He does look strong, he looks big at the weight, Odumase.
Yeah, maybe ominously for Mullings.
Right.
Shoots a glance at Glenn and I as he looks over the shoulder of Odumase. Mullings. It's a really good little right hook come uppercut on the inside from Mullings. And again, this Ghanaian looks durable. Has to take a right uppercut too. Tell you what, this is as well as Mullings has fought in a while, isn't it,
It
so
was a
far?
good little spell there from Mullings. He had to do something because Odumase was doing all the attacking. He needed just to spring into life, and he did with a nice 4 or 5 punches, Mullings.
Sometimes you wonder about the concentration of Patrick Mullings. Just tend to just go to sleep for a few rounds here and there.
Well, I don't think this is where Mullings needs to be. He doesn't need to have his back on the ropes. Nice turn there for Mullings and just putting Odumase in the corner.
Hitting the gloves, Odumase there. Got him with a little right hand. And another one. Mullings blocking plenty of these, though.
Yeah, he's blocking plenty. There's still plenty getting through, and he doesn't really need to be in the corner or on the ropes. He's got to try and, you know, use some movement.
Odumase naturally the bigger man, and that could become a quite big factor here. Well, it's a fair effort so far from Patrick Mullings here, but you do wonder, is it going to be enough against this Ghanaian who looks very strong to me?
He looks very strong, looks pretty durable, and, you know, his work rate's good, got a good rhythm, just keeps coming forward, and takes what Mullings has and then dishes out some more. He looks quite good.
Round 4.
Fourth round. Odumase, remember, only 21 years of age. He thought this fight was happening 2 weeks ago. Came over thinking he was here for 3 days. He's had to stay for 2.5 weeks. Apparently they ran out of clothes.
Well, you would if you'd just come for 3 days, wouldn't you?
Now, Frank Maloney was paying, wasn't he?
I'm sure Frank's got a few bits of clothing that fit him.
No doubt it. Sharp little right from Mullings. But he does look significantly smaller, doesn't he? Just doing a little less as things wear on, Mullings. The good news for Mullings is that Odumase doesn't look a very concussive puncher. Oh, that's good jabbing from Mullings.
He can bring off some flashy punches when he wants to. Mullings, he is pretty quick. You know, the moving up in weight, he's still got the speed of the super bantam, and at times, you know, he can catch Odumase well.
Well, that's his best chance, isn't it? To use and maximize that speed. Faster hands, I think, too. He could frustrate Odumase if he got it right. Against that, his punches more likely to bounce off the bigger man. And he doesn't want to get involved in too much of this inside work, which could wear him out.
No, he's going to really have to keep his concentration and block a lot of the punches and then come with, you know, fast and flashy counters.
This is better tactics here from Mullings. Lateral movement, keep it on the outside if he can. Left hook and right cross from Odumase, and then a straight right as well. His first significant success of the round, mind you.
Well, I don't really feel Mullings has to stand with Odumase. I think he's got to be in and out, use the ring, throw his punches, and then quickly away. I don't think standing, trading off with Odumase suits him.
Title action coming for you on Saturday night. It's Steve Robinson against John Joe Irwin for the European featherweight crown. Saturday fight night, 8:30, Sky Sports 1. Johnson against Schwer, world lightweight title, top of the bill at Wembley coming soon tonight. But first, Glenn and Ian with the Commonwealth featherweight title.
Round 5.
That's a cracking fight as well, that one at the weekend with John Joe Irwin and Steve Robinson. Try to catch that if you're a boxing fan. Back to this one, 5th round, Commonwealth Featherweight Championship. Patrick Mullings, I reckon he won that last round, you know, against Odumase just.
Well, I hate to say the same, but I disagree. I found it difficult to separate them. Both had good spells.
So you went for the even round?
I did. I sat in the fence.
You're not allowed to do that in America, you know, hardly.
No, I feel the need to sit on the fence. I thought it was an even round.
It's a comfortable place sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Black trucks, remember, Mullings has to give ground for a moment there. Looked a bit troubled. Odumase's on him here.
I think he's been hurt a couple of times to the body, Patrick Mullings, and I think that's where Odumase could get him.
And he's just beginning to flag a little here, Mullings, feeling the weight of some of these shots from the natural featherweight. This is a bad place for Mullings to be, right in front of Odumase. To give him credit, he's shown fire. You'd have to say at this stage, though, if we were honest, you don't fancy Mullings as the winner of this, do you?
No, you don't. You just look at the size and the strength, the youth of Odumase, and just, you know, he tends to look a little bit classier. But can Mullings dig deep and bring anything out?
Awful lot of these hitting the gloves, nearly all of them, in fact, till that left hand from Odumase. Good defensive work from both of them, I thought. It's getting pretty rugged. Because the one thing that might be going for Mullings here, or one of the things, is that Odumase's still quite inexperienced. Uppercuts, Mullings again looking troubled by the body shots and in reverse gear. Needs time here to recoup by the look of it.
Well, he's not a devastating puncher, Odumase, but he looks like he's a hurtful puncher. It looks like these punches are taking a lot out of Patrick Mullings.
Yeah, they're making a big dent now. Glenn and I might have argued about the last round. No arguments about this one. Mullings has looked to be flagging. The strong young Ghanaian is getting to him now. Every so often he keeps firing back in little spurts, but the body shots from the African are doing their work. So Eric, Odumase, co-managers Azuma Nelson and Yufi Bowen, the leading manager in Ghana. Country that's also produced Ike Quarty, of course, the top-class welterweight.
We saw the body shot go in from Odumase then. You just saw Mullings slump forward. He was in pain with that, and you get the feeling that Odumase could second Mullings with shots like that. Really drove in that right hand. You can tell he's doubled over and he's sucking it in there, just trying to get through this little patch.
It's a real rib-bending right hand, wasn't it, from Odumase, that really put Mullings in some difficulties.
They look solid punches. They're not really whipped in and fast and lightning powerful, but they look hard.
6th round. It's looking a tough assignment, this, for Patrick Mullings, coming so soon after that 12-round battle with Michael Aldis, which he lost by just the 1 point. Keep the punches up, says Dave Parris, the referee, to the African. can be no questioning the level of effort that Mullings is putting in here. He's trying everything. He knows his career somewhere near the top depends maybe on the outcome here. He's scored again. Right hand to the head this time.
Well, Odumase has a good steady work rate. He likes to try and keep working all the time, and Mullings likes to, likes to have little rests here and there, and that's where the problems for Mullings might lie. Odumase is not going to let him rest.
And remember, Mullings hurt by body shots from a young man who so far hasn't established a reputation as a featherweight puncher. Mind you, there's time. He's got Mullings on the go again here a bit. Good shot. Left hand from Mullings, though. He snarls defiance from time to time. Good action here. Just when you think Mullings is beginning to fade and about to go back, he comes again.
Yeah, there was a good left hand went in there from Mullings, and he just started into action. Maybe felt he'd hurt Odumase a little bit with that.
Right hand through the middle, catches Mullings to the head.
Right.
Can't stress enough the factor of it being really a super bantamweight in with a strongish looking young featherweight, one weight up.
And, that doesn't seem a big difference, but that could mean a big difference for Mullings.
Great double jab from Mullings, great skills from him. He does have these classy cameos, and in a way you might say he's underachieved in his career to date. Was briefly the British champion at super bantamweight, but it was briefly, and the win that earned him it against Brian Carr, the Scotsman, was, well, a bit fortunate, to be honest with you. Well, the Ghanaian looks in control of this fight, despite the bravery and courage and fire of Mullings.
Yeah, good work there from Odumase, putting him on the back foot and working Mullings to the head and the body. And there's that left hand that Mullings come back with, which I just sense Mullings thought he'd maybe took a little bit out of Odumase.
Just look at this double jab, this nice piece of skill from Mullings. Look at that, 1-2 with the southpaw jab.
Yeah, that was good. Shame he couldn't get something behind that. He tried for the left hand, but Odumase got his hands up.
Odumase, those statistics underlining the damage that he's doing to the body. 4 times as many body shots landed by the Ghanaian. 7th round, Commonwealth Featherweight Championship with Billy Schwer's big assignment against world #1 lightweight Stevie Johnston still to come. And that ought to be a cracker. Mullings has somehow got to stay with this and try to nick a few rounds, hasn't he?
Yes, he has to try and do a bit more than he is. He's hanging in there, but he's not doing enough to win the rounds. He needs to start having some good spells. And that's how I've got it. Just pulling away a little bit now, Odumase. 59-56.
I've got it Odumase by 2 points. Got very prominent eyebrows, I've noticed. Odumase looks like he might cut.
Right.
Hasn't happened yet here. Again, the right hand to the body. Mullings walks onto a right hand, but gets him with a couple of his own too.
Well, Mullings is trying to pick up the pace. He knows he's got to do something a bit special. He needs to start winning some rounds, but it's difficult You know, he's given away a little bit of height, a bit of reach, and obviously the strength of Odumase.
Misses with 3 shots, Mullings, but not with the right uppercut. That was a good one.
That was a lovely shot from Mullings. He needed something like that, just to give him that bit of confidence.
Odumase's work smothered.
He hasn't been as successful in this round. Mullings has managed to come with little bits of work, and Odumase just hasn't done as much.
His sharp left hand, too, over the top from Patrick Mullings, the car salesman from Harrow in Middlesex. Body shots are good ones from Mullings.
Yeah, this is good from Mullings, pushing Odumase on the back foot. I think he may well have done a bit more.
And that was a punch way after the bell from Odumase. Way after the bell. Not quite Tyson-esque, which was almost into the next week, but it was a naughty one.
And there it is, the bell had gone, and it was a long right hand as Mullings was turning away. Hands were down, and he didn't like that, Patrick Mullings. There is something that you're told, and that's protect yourselves at all times.
Even when you're on your stool.
Yep. You've got to be careful on the stool as well, Ian. I think I remember somebody running over and hitting Johnny Bumpers. Was that Lloyd Hunnigan? When he was on his stool.
Yeah, with some of the cornermen around, some we saw at the weekend in Germany at work, with those showers. Maybe you've got to watch your own cornermen.
You do. He was trying to drown his man.
Here's the 8th round of this Commonwealth featherweight crown. Black trunks, Patrick Mullings. Multicolours, the Ghanaian flag colours, in fact, for Eric Odumase. Eric Kid Odumase, as I believe he calls himself. More positive start here from the African in this round.
Well, I thought that the African just dropped off his work in the last, and Mullings may well have just nicked that round. And I'm sure Odumase will want to establish his control again in this round.
Body shot. Again, I think just troubled Mullings, the right to the body. Not for long, he's well conditioned and comes back from it. Just seems to occasionally need a second or two to let the strength course back through his body after taking some of these body shots, doesn't he?
Yes, he just covers up, just takes a little breather.
It's a fair old effort, though, this from Mullings.
Well, it's a good fight. It's a good competitive contest.
Mullings is back with trainer Dean Powell now after a spell in Peterborough with Kevin Sanders. Hit with a big right hand there, Mullings. Oh, tremendous left hand from Mullings, landed absolutely flush, but bounced off the Ghanaian, truth to tell.
Well, occasionally he can come out with good, clean punches like that, Mullings, but just not enough. A little bit low, I think.
Caution from Odumase about low blows. And he's deducting a point, I think, here. Seemed to make an indication that he deducted a point. 1 point off for Odumase for the low blow. We'll try to check that with you. Didn't make it totally clear, but that's what I got the impression anyway from the referee.
Right.
Odumase looking a bit tired as he goes back to the corner as well. Well, maybe Patrick Mullings is just beginning to claw his way back to the fringes of the argument. Oof, that is way south.
That was very, very low, wasn't it? Well, Odumase was the winner of the round. Whether he got that point deduction, it was hard to make it clear, but certainly Odumase, for me, did more in the round. There's that good, quick left hand from Mullings.
That was that left hand from Mullings. Landed clean and flush. Definitely, we can confirm, as I suspected, a point has been deducted from Odumase's score for the low blow. And he can't complain about it too. I think the replay showed it was a bad one. Round 9.
Right.
Have you got it now, Glenn?
Got Odumase 3 points ahead. I'm just trying to tot it up. I think Odumase 3 points ahead.
I've got it down to 1 point now with the low blow. Odumase ahead by 1 on my card. Good right hand from Odumase. He's stung by that, Mullings. Hurt by that right hand. Needs time for his head to clear. Gets the gloves up. Good survival instincts, but a bad moment for the British boxer there.
Well, this is getting very hard for Mullings. He's getting hurt in there. I don't think Odumase hits hard enough to, to take him out clean, but, he's seconding him with these punches.
Just as well for Mullings that the Ghanaian is probably a comparatively light hitter. And when we say that, we mean by the standards of professional boxers. Not a light hitter if he hit me or you in the street. How much is that right hand taken out of Mullings? Again, needing to cover up and buy time, you sense.
Well, he's flat-footed, Mullings. He's not getting out of the way of that many punches.
But I tell you what, time and time again, he sucked it up, got through a little mini crisis and come back. I think that's tremendous.
Well, I think we knew the character of Mullings in the fight with Spencer Oliver. We knew he was in there and battling back all the time. So I think we knew, he's got plenty of grit and determination from that fight.
He may not be destined for a career at world level or anything like it, Patrick Mullings. Not now, I don't think, but this is some gritty effort from him tonight. He's given it everything. Now this is good. 6 punches on the bounce getting through from Mullings, and a body shot too, and this in a round where he was quite badly hurt earlier in the round. What a comeback.
Oh, what a terrific end of the round from Mullings. Really has finished this round well. Well, he's dug deep and got something from somewhere and finished off quite good.
Billy Schwer prepares for action against the outstanding world champion Stevie Johnson. Can he crown his career tonight, Billy Schwer? Here's what he thinks about it.
I'm preparing Stevie Johnson's going to be in the best form of his career, as I am at the moment. So it's going to be a real good fight. We're both really boxing well at the moment. He won his last defence very well, and so as I did. So it's going to be a good night. It's a genuine world title fight.
It's a genuine world title fight, this one. Nothing make-believe about this title. The WBC lightweight crown. Schwerer's earned his chance, really earned it. Stevie Johnston has got some outstanding results on his record. He's a very cute and awkward southpaw, but Schwerer has paid his dues in this business. Will he get the payoff here tonight? 10th round of this one now. Patrick Mullings in the black trunks, trying to win the Commonwealth Featherweight Championship to salvage a career that has largely been going on a downward spiral this last couple of years.
Well, I think I've got it 3 rounds to go, and Mullings 2 points behind, so it's not still not out of reach for Mullings, but he does need to win everything on my card from here on in.
Well, I thought Mullings came back so well in that last round that I just about made it level. Odumase turning on the pressure again, though, here. Oh, that's a good right uppercut from him. Classy shot from the Ghanaian, mixing it up to head and body.
Right.
How many times has Mullings had to go down to the well, do you reckon, in there?
Yeah, he's had to dig very deep on a number of occasions. A few times I think he's been hurt with some body punches. It's been tough for him at this featherweight limit, but you know, he really is tough and courageous.
Only referee Dave Paris will decide the outcome, by the way. There are no judges here. There's a good-looking left hook from Odumase there. He found the angle for that. Mullings, though, his spirit would just not be subdued. Odumase much busier, though, in this session.
Round must have took a lot out of Mullings. He's not showing much in this one. Looks very tired.
He looks quite drained for the moment. It's been Odumase by a street this round. Getting hit with quite a few. Keep it going, Pat, says Dean Powell in the corner. But Odumase, no question, won that round and won it big. How good is he, do you think?
Well, I think, you know, style-wise, variety, he's got a lot. He's strong. In favour of him, he's only 21. So, I mean, you've got to look at that, you know, at his age and how many fights he's had. I think he could be good. The negative point is he's not a big puncher. He looks as if, you know, at this level he's going to have to do it the long way.
Yes or no? A world-class featherweight in the making?
Probably
yes or no?
Probably no.
Yeah, that's my impression too, but we may both be proved wrong about that.
He sounded like a lawyer trying to get me.
Yeah. No further evidence.
Yes or no?
Well, we were running out of time. There's only a minute, isn't there?
Round 11.
Here's the 11th round then. Mullings, we're pretty sure behind here. You could argue about the margin he's behind, but we think he would be behind.
He's come out with a big start here with Odumase. Looks like he's trying to get the job done here.
He's looking for the stoppage. I think he senses that Mullings is tired. He's been waiting around in Britain for 2.5 weeks. to get this fight on Odumase, and he's looking now for a spectacular end to it. And will he find it? Just arm punches from Mullings now, who may be at the end of his tether.
Well, he's had to take an awful lot, Patrick Mullins, but he's come rebounding back every time. Can he still do it? It's a good start to the round from Odumase.
But I'd have to say, even if Mullings is to lose this, it's been one of his better performances, hasn't it?
Yes, it's been a good performance, but that's really because Odumase's made him fight, you know, right through the round, which he normally doesn't like to do, but he's had to.
Oh, right hand from Odumase, who's moving through a few gears now. He's suddenly stepped it up. I think he feels that he's got his man softened up, and he may well be right in that assessment. He's almost fighting on instinct for the moment, Mullings. He's having to come through the haze.
Well, it looks like he heard us say he wasn't world class and wants to tell us something different.
He does look rock solid strong though, doesn't he?
He really does. You know, we've got to remember, just 21 at this level. You know, maybe he could develop. This is a very good round for him, showing, you know, digging deep himself. You remember the pace he's fought at throughout this. You know, he set a very good pace.
Looks in big control now, Odumase. Mullings still having the odd success, but he's on him again here. Dave Parris taking a closer look at things. Mullings needs to fire back, and does so. Still competitive, somehow.
Oh, what a good fight this has been. This has been a thoroughly enjoyable fight.
But Odumase has put the argument beyond doubt in the last 2 or 3 rounds. Well, everybody thought if Azuma Nelson has signed this fellow, he wouldn't get involved with somebody who couldn't fight. They obviously think plenty of him in Ghana, don't they?
Yes, an awful lot. And, you know, this is only after 6 fights. So, you know, I mean, he's going to get better and better. You know, what's he going to be like 10, 15 fights down the line if he goes to America? I mean, we could be watching something of a talent here.
So you're going back on the...
Yeah, I'm sitting on the fence.
You're saying yes now.
No, I'm just saying, he's got good... I don't think he will be quite world class. I think he might just fall short of that, but I think he will be a good, solid fighter.
It's probably an unfair question after 6 pro fights on reflection. He's doing nothing wrong here anyway, is he? He's ahead now, and Mullings needs something very dramatic indeed if he's not to fall to defeat. Billy Schwer's big fight coming up next. It looks like there's going to be a British defeat here. Remember Azuma Nelson himself going in as a young man, as a late substitute with Salvador Sanchez, and very, very nearly taking away his featherweight title. I think he got stopped in the last round.
Yes, and that was with the legendary Salvador Sanchez when Azuma Nelson was nothing more than a boy.
And if he's got Nelson around, he's got a very, very good teacher, this Odumase. Same weight too, feather. Oh, caught with a head combination, Mullings. He needs to cover up, deserves to get through this. But very, very tired now. hats off to the effort that Patrick Mullings has put in here. Giving away this kind of weight has proved too much to him, I think. Natural weight I'm talking about. And again hurt. Uppercut, body shots, big right. Might go here, Mullings, if he's not careful.
Well, it would be a shame. He deserves to see this out, but hats off to both boxers. This has been a tremendous fight.
I think you have to say that Odumase cannot be a big puncher because he's hit Mullings with a lot, but Mullings has got him with the right hand. Mullings has got him.
Well, what about that? Mullings' right hand, terrific punch. Just seemed to rock Odumase right down to the soles of his feet. Can Patrick Mullings come up with something special in these closing seconds?
Fighting on instinct, Mullings. What an effort, what an effort. Looked on the verge of being knocked out and somehow rocked Odumase. Super fight, this one. It'll go to Dave Parris's scorecard now. About any second, it's over, and Mullings has got it. Can you believe that, Glenn?
I'm sorry, I mean, I'm so happy for Patrick Mullings, but I just cannot believe that. I give Odumase the last round, and on my card, make him, I think, a 5-point, I think it's 5-point winner.
I've got him by 4, Odumase.
Yeah, sorry, mine's 4 as well.
The computer says that Odumase landed nearly 100 more punches. That has to go down as a robbery. One of the most baffling decisions we've seen in a British ring. Odumase can't believe that. It was a great effort from Mullings, but no way, I think, did he win that fight. No way.
No, I certainly didn't. That's how I've got it. 4 points. 4-point lead for Odumase, and I'm sorry, but I'm shocked at that decision. Happy for Mullings in a way, but so aggrieved for Odumase.
There'll be a row about that, be sure of it. It won't be the first one in boxing, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 half-full rounds of boxing, your referee Dave Parris scores the contest for Eric Odumase, 113 points. For Patrick Mullings, 114 points. The winner and the new Commonwealth featherweight champion, Patrick Mullings.
Mullings by 1 point, says Dave Parris, but there will be a hot debate, be sure of it.
Now, just for clarity, Mullings is the home fighter here. This knowledgeable crowd at Wembley is booing the result. Barry, your thoughts on the scoring?
I thought it was a very, very fortunate decision for Mullings. I had him 5 rounds down, actually. So very fortunate and very unlucky.
Jim?
Well, Mullings at no time made a real impression on that fellow, so how Mr. Parris can come up with that verdict, I don't know. He's been a lucky man a couple of times in his career.
Yeah.
Certainly a lucky man tonight.
We're now hearing that, in fact, the scoring was 6 rounds each from the referee, Dave Parris, but the low blow decided it.
Well, it's just totally nonsensical. I mean, he was outpunched, but the stats showed, I mean, we don't always go on the stats, but the stats showed that he was outpunched 3-1. The whole way through the fight, he was beaten, pushed back, backed up. Dreadful decision.
Next up, the WBC World Lightweight title attempt by Billy Schwer. The big chance of his career, Adam Smith.